around the body. It's really just going sideways. It's hooking sideways. It's a hook shape, but it's hooking the fish sideways like this. That's a better way to think about it. Going sideways and going across, as opposed to going around. The other thing is, it's a full body shot. The thing that people get about this wrong is they're moving their arm independently of the body. You don't want to do that. It's not a punch per se like this. It's a hook. It's a quick body snap like an uppercut. The rotation and the snap and the torque is what gives you the power. It's not like a regular punch where you're loose, 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 and then tight at the end. Loose, 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 tight at the end. A hook punch, you're totally bracing yourself. You're totally bracing yourself for that shot, lifting up the elbow in unison with the turning of the body to let those power punches go. So it's really important. Use head feints, use slip shots, slip jab, slip two, all the different techniques and combinations that we've worked on. Sorry, I just ate a whole bunch of peanuts. Distancing, feints, everything we've been working on, footwork especially. What made James Toney so great was that he could just parry shots, pick them off with his shoulder, roll under them, see them coming, and just very simply defend them by stepping away and or rolling under them and defending, much like Anderson Silva. And it's saying, oh, what makes Jackie Chan so good is he was just simply doing Kung Fu. I get you. What makes Kobe Bryant? That notwithstanding, and I always talk about Barry Bonds because I'm not into baseball, although a friend of mine, Phil, who's a bouncer, and I always show his little thumb gouge techniques, a kid who's half my size, works in LA, Lower Alston, Massachusetts, over at the Silhouette. And he basically taught me this incredible martial arts that he learned growing up in Israel. And Phil is just the coolest guy. So he taught me this kind of like the center line theory and the center line principle as it's applied to all this stuff. And of course, when we're setting up these straight punches, like I said, it's a rock at the end of a string. The hook punches that we're using to set up these straight punches are not a hook. Are not a rock at the end of the string. They're just like a fish hook. That's why they call it a hook punch, not because it's hooking around like this. Other mistake people make, besides the arm moving independent of the body, when they try to get these power punches, which are really like this, I just want to call it a full body wave, because that's what it is. The mistake people make, students make, is beginners make, is not keeping this at 90 degrees, which is where you want it. Or on a more advanced level, keeping it to the tight V, which has even more torque. But 90 degrees is okay too, especially for a beginner. The problem is, beginners open up and do this scooping motion. It's not a Russian casting punch, which is a legitimate, valid punch. That's not what we're doing. The tight hook and uppercut, and even the long one, there is no variation. There is no opening of the arm. The arm stays in one position. It's fused to the body. It's like a whole body wave as opposed to a punch per se. So just some tips on that Mike Tyson left hook so that you're not swinging wildly, so you're really working slowly on the technique, replacing the rear shoulder with the front shoulder, torquing and generating real force and power.